my lovely people. I'm going to be doing uh, Cartopia again today. We're going to do our daily task, find the wandering tree, do all that stuff, and see, I think that's most of what we'll do, but it still usually lasts a while. So I'm going to be in the Discord, but depending on what they're talking about, I don't know if I'll unlock their audio or not. So let's go ahead and go to that. Get back in the Discord. Okay, I'm streaming. I would let her pay for it and then be like, oops, forgot. Because you can play stupid as good as anybody else can. You all are muted for now, so nobody else can hear y'all. How do I trigger crossbreed on these flowers? I don't know how to trigger crossbreeding. Watering flowers may cause them to crossbreed when they are mature. Okay, so I need to water them. Doesn't look like anything's crossbreeded to me. That's what it says. Watering flowers may cause them to crossbreed when they mature. But after harvesting, let me. Hobby. Gardening. Can I find information? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna, I guess, Google it. Okay. I don't know. Um, it says wait at least 1 to 2 days, Heartopia clock, and ta-da, you'll see floating icon of a crossbreed flower. But then this person says you gotta put them in a row. So let's try to do this. Hold that, that. Do not do the one that says pick above them. Some people say do it in the four like I did. Somebody else said no, you gotta do them in a roll. So, I don't know. Water them after they mature. I don't know if I got it or not. know where you live. You're not in the same thing as me. But you should come to me because the tree's in my front yard. There we go. Okay, so let's accept these. I gotta pet the cat. I know where my cat is. Go to your friend, go to me, go to visit. Alright, there's my dog. Four. Are you making sure you, what the crap is my cat? Yes. Well, I got the money from my cat and now it's disappeared. Eh. Well, let me tell you, Casey, look, level 3 doesn't sound like a lot on gardening, and I know you're just playing, but here, this thing is so, I feel like so hard to level up your gardening. Yeah. Well, it's just an all day thing because most crops take like an hour at least. No, it's just the wait. Kitty tracking. Oh, apparently it's on my roof, is what my tracking says. Why is the cat on my roof? Oh, mine's sitting on the roof. Oh, wait, no, maybe it is. Glitched on it. Yep, just figured it out, but I can't get to where it's at. Well, I came on the roof and it put it down. Um, are you kidding me? It just sent it back to the roof. I just need to pet you. And apparently feed you. Gotta pet you. That's one of my things for today. Grumpy looks a little dirty. Clean. How do I clean him? Oh, I can. So it's only for the first week. Or maybe it starts on Monday. My granny's calling me. I'll be right back. Okay. Where's my dog? I seen that. No, he doesn't. For what? You gonna chop me with an axe? Do you see my dog? Yeah, I see my cat too. I gotta do my guild sign in. Where the crap is my dog? I do. I gotta What? How I do what? Oh, I planted new ones laying over there. How? Well, that ain't what it told me to do. I don't know. I can't find my dog. Oh, it's starving. Can't in a minute. Right now, I gotta find my dang dog. Oh my god, shut up. No, it's not. I found it. You been training your dog? You can train them to look for treasures and they'll go out and find you things. Dog looks dirty. Not within home range. I'm literally at my back door. Okay. Where'd you go? Oh, I just ran over a bunny. Alrighty. Alright, the Dasher's on their way. Our order. Um, I do like these pants. I have a big problem with buying shoes on this freaking game. Not today. It ain't got nothing hardly I like today. Alright, let me see what the furniture of the day is. Well, I don't like that. Care about that either. Well, now I got no money because I went and bought my animals' costumes. Is this your house? The hell is your dog wearing? I gotta find a Tara now. It says I have things to talk with people in town. I gotta catch some insects too. Excuse me. The bug guy has quests for me to do today. Um, this says you're supposed to have something for me to do. Or nothing for me to do. Oh yeah, something went up earlier. My cat carrying, I can upgrade. Yeah. I did that one. Don't get me involved in your lies. What? Huh? Oh, I will abandon you because you're a liar, McLiarson. Does it look like Taco Bell's here, Caden? Okay then. Did you do a breathing treatment like I told you to? The whole thing? Because it ain't sounding like it. You need to go take your bedtime medicine. Alright, baby, we need to go over to the Winter Utopia. And you can ride a bus there for free. There's a bus around you. There's so many buses all over the map. Oh yeah, sometimes your animals will mess up your stuff. Oh, that's adorable. Do you have something for me to do? What was that? Well, he said bad bitch, and you said fat bitch. So I feel like the things being shared on Facebook are probably more about her breakup than what's going on with you. Apparently, our food driver had another stop to make before they came to us, and now they're supposedly headed to us. Could be correct. Do not have enough for that. Alright, I went in the little spinny thing, baby, to go to the fashion concert venue. You should come here and see if you end up in the same one with me because I have to go. Use any solo action once. Yeah, the one that's across the water to take you to the concert place. I gotta use a coffee umbrella to chat with people. What? NTI Day. Supposed to be on its way. Guess I can't do that here. Email. Quit. Quit. Solo action. Go to your smiley face. Go to your waves and wave. I don't know if you're on the same one as me. I'm trying to do a coffee date with somebody. Ugh! I'm not surprised. He has a lot of opinions about cheaters the last few days, and I just feel like it's his excuse to go do whatever he wants. Because he keeps staring in my eyeballs while he says all this. And I'm sit at home and do nothing. Brandon is, because he's a weirdo. He don't want me and these kids. He just wants me out of the way so everybody can be single with him. They're on our road, babe. Oh, I shall not. I will die first. Why are you telling me it's upgradable? No. No, I'm okay for now. Hello? I was answering. I'm going to ride the bus. I would rather you hand me those drinks, please. So they don't accidentally fall while you're ripping things open. Hey. I add the deer. I like salads.
Kaden!
Huh?
Did you get nachos?
Mason.
Kaden! Come get your food!
One is always listening to you.
Huh?
Talking to Casey. Oh, well, you got root beer, and they both should have purple drinks. What is touching my leg?
What?
Or back? It's spilt. It's all over here.
Drops. Here.
Give me Masons. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, I'm sure. If it was just something you did, you wouldn't be telling. I should have 4. And a mini taco salad, which I guess is that.
I got these from Flowers, right?
Yes. I also will need a fork. Getting Mason's food.
That's Mason's.
What is this? This is one of my tacos. So one of these is probably Mason's cheesy gordita. Mason. Yeah, this is yours. But, yeah. Yep.
Kaden, get your food.
This is yours. Ah. My other sour cream. There it is. Hey, Kaden. When you go put your food down, can you bring me a fork? Alright, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing now. Purchase a writing desk. And go to Annie. Thank you. I need to go see Annie. You kidding me? And she's... I just freaking left. Where's the closest bus? Don't know till you try. Like whose line it is anyway? Oh, I gotta talk to Kaching here. General store. Oh, baby, if you come over here and talk to her, 80 stars for another 100-piece puzzle. Baby, come visit me, 'cause I have one house right beside me. Oh, because of course you are. Well, if you go to the one, uh, You go to the One World, the little Winter World thing. That's where I've been buying my puzzles for 80 coins. That's 100 pieces. I gotta say, this taco salad, I mean, I would like it to have more fillings, but it's a mini, so. Good though. I feel like whenever you're online advertising that you're a starter DM, I think you or dungeon master, you need to make sure you say Dungeons and Dragons. You're gonna get you're gonna get a whole different kind of weirdo. I don't feel like living at your mom's house is where you start being uh, a dungeon master sexually. What? Hello? Tell Caden to stop with the fatty patty right now. Okay. I'm gonna unmute y'all now because you talking about nicer things.
Okay.
You, but you can take it and you can write your own story, make your own world,
So I'm going to
or you can
mute myself.
or again
Mute
you can
your
throw
screen
into other
now.
worlds. You can throw into the Star Wars universe or the Disney universe or
Just
Harry
turn the volume down
Potter.
on my headset. That way I don't hear myself. Oh. For the longest time, whenever we used to do DCW, I couldn't stand the sound of my own voice. Now I don't necessarily mind it, but like where I hear it
Oh,
so often while I'm playing, when I'm editing my videos, I'm just like, ugh.
there was a lot of food in there. But yeah, I think that that would be a good thing for you to do on the side. Not like
Yeah.
you can still stream, you can still do your main stuff. You could just go make you a Fiverr account, advertise
And I
on
feel like
there.
eventually, if you got big enough, you could kind of blend the two. Like I feel like eventually you could, if you got everybody to give consent, be like, hey, I want to stream this D&D game, or I want to release this as a YouTube story. You
Yeah,
know.
well, no, that's what I was getting at earlier. You just tell them that everything's recorded for legal purposes, and then
Yeah.
if you get a good story and it has you had a good time and you think, oh man, I'd love to share this. If that's your first thought,
Huh.
then odds are someone else is like, oh man, I'd love to listen to that.
Yeah.
If it was a good game, you could be like,
Yeah.
all right, well, I want to take this and I want to post it online, especially as a 3 hour one
I'm
shot.
sorry.
You can upload the whole thing on there, and
Oh
then you
yeah.
can make clips of some of the funny moments, and it'll get people going and watching the full 4 hour video because they want to see how you got to that clip.
Yeah, because most people who would be into D&D would, most most D&D players wouldn't mind watching a 4-hour video if they thought it was going to be good. Because I mean, heck, we play
Because
in our
see, that's
imagination
it.
for an hour.
Because you can
Don't
honestly,
start
you don't
fighting.
even
I'm
have to make your
streaming. Go.
consent as long as they don't, as long as
Y'all
you
gonna
don't
start
use
fighting?
real
You'll go to
names.
bed right now.
Let's say,
But
if you've got the audio and stuff recorded from the event,
Here,
as
Craven.
long as you don't use any real names or no one has
You
said
eat
a
all your
real
food?
name during it, you can upload it
yeah,
anyway without permission.
Okay.
yeah. So
Is
I
your
want
food
to
gonna fill
download
you
this
up?
fiber and at least look at it and get an idea of what it looks
Nice on here.
like.
You'll dress this.
Well, I think you can do
Taco
it on like
salad.
Etsy too, but
What's it?
It's a
Is it
taco
called
shell.
fiber or fiber?
Meat, beans,
Fiverr,
lettuce, tomato, cheese.
like
And
like
I
a
put.
Fiber,
Fiverr.
freelance
No, I need my
services,
fork. Go get your new
green.
fork.
Yep,
I put some sour
that'd
cream
be
in
it.
mild sauce. They're new.
You can find anything on there. That's where I was looking at the guy to make me a
Craven,
Roblox
quit
game.
screaming. I just said I'm streaming. Quit screaming.
Frickin'. I will definitely have to check that out.
But
Oh my god, I hate my phone sometimes.
yeah.
I really wish I could get like a couple of people that like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd really like to do Bobby, but he never has a whole lot of free time. Frickin'. But I'd like to get somebody to do ghost hunting with me. I'd really like to do that.
Hey, right now, not me.
Frickin'.
Eyes
Because I'm just
chicken.
like I was writing a book on. I kind of gave up because I mean I didn't know how I wanted to structure it because I wanted to make like almost like a encyclopedia of freaking paranormal research and stuff and freaking like it's just something I'm really passionate about. And but and it's a growing you know thing. It gets more and more popular every year. I think. But it's such a hard thing to get into because it is such a saturated thing. Like there is so much in it already. But like I feel like I like the D&D thing. I really do like that idea. Like I am actually probably seriously going to look into that. Freaking I feel like I'd have to work
Look,
on
it
my
wouldn't cost you
social.
nothing to start up. Just research on.
Well, I mean, how
Uh,
do you get the starter quests? Where do you get those at?
whether I have it in my book.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forget that. I can just borrow your book.
I was gonna say I bought the thing. It ain't like I wouldn't let you use it.
I didn't realize it had. I didn't realize you had list in
Yeah,
it.
it's got. I mean, well, for one, you could use any of our pre-built characters that we already built. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather not share those with other people, but
No,
you
I
could.
couldn't. Especially old Welby, I couldn't share him. He's mine.
But there is a thing at uh fuck, what's it called? You can talk to Bobby about it. He's looked into it. You can go and get PDFs for like all the stuff
Oh,
from
gotcha.
D&D for free. So it's got like
Yeah.
character sheets and stuff like that, like
I think I know
pre-built
what you're
character
talking
sheets and
about.
stuff. You can like, I'm pretty sure you can download a lot of the like monster manuals and stuff. And
Yeah.
if you have those on your computer, you can pull those up on your second screen while you're running Discord on the other screen.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically, I mean, like if you're doing it all online, it's
The bad
super
thing
easy.
about trying to do like like say a live stream, I would or like a Discord game, I would really or if I tried to stream it or tried to make a video of it, I'd need some sort of background, and I feel like I'd have to do something like like a placeholder or something. Like, do you remember? Was you playing with that game with Frank whenever he DM'd on Facebook, Chilton?
No.
Frickin', he had like he done like he was on video, but the rest of the video, and he had like one of those what are they called? Um, like the big thing that used to make you put on your desk on in school before You know, like to block your paper and
Blind.
stuff. What?
They got
Yeah, like
It's a
a
they got
DM
blind.
those little
blind.
like trifo blind things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And it,
There's
and it
a
had like it had like a picture on it, and I'm just like, I feel like I'd want like a background that had like a picture like one of those on it. You
well, if you
know?
DoorDashed and made you some money, they have one on TikTok Shop that's pretty cool. It comes with like a
I've
bunch
seen
of
a
like key
bunch.
information that you need.
I've seen a bunch on
Yeah, like
TikTok
it's got
Shop
it
because I
already,
got
and
on that side
I
of
mean
it.
they've got several of them that actually look really good. But of course, that would actually cost you out of pocket money beforehand. But
Well,
But I mean,
sometimes you
if
again,
gotta
you
spend money to make money.
and yeah,
yeah. But
100%
again, it's
correct.
not necessary. You can get everything I think you need. Well, you could either borrow it from me because I've already got it,
Yeah.
at least to start out,
I'm about to say,
or
Whew!
definitely starting out, I agree.
I
like
finished
because
this 100-piece
I don't
puzzle.
know, you could get it and then try it and like maybe not like it because
Oh,
you don't
sea
like the
fishing,
aspect of
baby. You
talking to
wanna do it?
random people. I done said no.
Oh, okay.
But I got too much enjoyment out of watching that puzzle.
Look, I love these puzzles. I really do.
Like I
But them
wouldn't want to
hundred
do it
piece
myself,
ones,
but watching.
them 100-piece ones will get you.
I'm trying to
Like
find the
I don't
dang.
like puzzles. Like I don't like playing puzzles. I get way too irritated way too quickly. But I like watching.
Yeah. Place that. Like these little ones, I don't really care for, but my completionist part of my brain is like, we must do
Yeah.
all the puzzles in this game. So like these ones that are huge and these
But you
huge
also, Casey,
pieces.
that's another thing. You can go and use ChatGPT for real, just you literally you just
Yeah.
go in there and say, make me a quest for D&D, and it'll tell you a short story, and then you can fill in all the blanks with your own imagination. Like it can just be like, there's a bad guy and this.
My problem is I have
You can
Yeah.
no imagination. I think I've done this puzzle.
I have
so
some imagination, but like I get inspiration easy. Once I have the inspiration, oh, I can take it and run with it. But
look,
getting there is usually the
I'd
problem.
be golden for a
Yeah, I done
DM. My
had that
only
dang
issue that I
puzzle.
have
Right
with
there.
me DMing for people is I get irritated when they go off the beaten path, like because
Yeah.
I've got a plan and this and that, and that's Dungeons and Dragons is the world's worst for. Oh, you got a story? Well, I just want to look at the birds. Squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get what you mean,
And
100%,
Okay.
sir.
like I understand that, but I feel like at the same time when you're as a DM and when you force them onto your beaten path, like Chris Walters was doing for us, it takes away
See,
from it
if he had
sometimes.
done it a little bit more subtly, I'd have liked it. Like the whole Citadel thing, like whenever he made us do that, like I mean, while it was utterly ridiculous, that's one of my favorite stories.
Yeah, no, I mean I
Freaking,
get that, and
but but
that
no,
worked out fine.
whenever you try to artificially steer them, it always winds up not feeling as natural, and I don't feel like the story flows as well that way. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I get why some want to steer it, because
That's
I
why
mean,
that's why they got memes about it now, where it's like, oh, you want to do this? Oh, he rolled a 527 after adding all of his buffs, and it's
mm-hmm,
like, well, I guess he did it.
freaking. So like,
Like,
I'm just like, like my only thing about it is, I'm like in Lord of the Rings, like the reason the movies were always so much more
Yeah, I
popular
have
than the
two of
books
those.
is the books spend like 25 hours explaining what they had for breakfast, whereas the movies you don't even see them eat breakfast.
Okay,
So
this is
that's the
gonna have
difference.
to.
I feel like that's a I feel like that's a good example of like D&D, like from either just a player's point of view and a DM point.
yeah,
Freaking, I think it's very much like a good way to kind of compare.
This
I'd
is
really
all my
like to do a.
puzzles, Casey. All these
I
things I
kind of
moved.
gathered.
Yeah.
I'd like to do like a spy puzzle or spy puzzle, spy D&D thing, like sort of like James Bond meets Mission Impossible meets freaking whatever. And just be like, yeah, you get to be an international spy, and then I set up like different, like what you start in one time frame, and then your character has to evolve. I think that'd be cool.
a time traveler D&D is what I'd set that up as then, and just be
Freaking,
like,
Like,
Set you
not
a
necessarily. I'm
villain
gonna say
jumping through
not
time.
necessarily time travel, but like you know how like the James Bond movies, like it changed, evolved through time.
Yeah.
Like something like that. But like the time travel thing could be a cool aspect of it. I definitely like. I feel like that's more Doctor
That's what I'm
Who
saying.
almost.
Make them like a spy, an agent of some kind, and that's what they are. Make you if say you got four people, and you're like, well, how did we all get here? And it's just like, well, you're all agents, but you're all from different timelines,
Yeah, that'd be
and then
cool.
they have to work together because the same villain has been to all their timelines and still jumping through timelines, and
That that's actually Chilton. Okay, listen, buddy. Frickin', you're gonna be my creative guy. Like I'm gonna start out small, and I'm just gonna take your suggestions, and we're just gonna have a gentleman's agreement that you give me suggestions, and one day you'll be my head of.
Alright, babe. Either come to my house or look at my stream. Oh, that's not even. Hold on.
why am I coming to your house or looking at your stream? I'm coming home right now, so I guess I'll look at your or coming to your house. But
Oh, you're gonna have to.
the
You gotta make an account on Fiverr, I'm guessing.
probably probably to you don't I don't think you have to have one to request services, but to actually offer your
I mean,
services,
like
I'm
to
sure you
view
have.
them.
No, I think you can just go through and scroll. I'm pretty sure,
Skip.
but I do have an account, so I'm not sure.
Logo design, business cards, influencer marketing, web
But no,
traffic,
like Chris Walters and his husband, I'm pretty like they both started off as paid
voiceover,
DMs, and then now they make dice together. I don't know if that's still what's going
WordPress,
on.
illustrator,
That's what they used to be.
translation, book
That's what they used to
design,
do.
popular services, translation. I feel like I could enjoy music promotion, architecture and
Okay,
web
so
programming, whiteboard.
that's not true.
I'm gonna
Where's
type
your
in
house?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Probably. You're gonna find
I'm,
people that make dice and everything else. So
I'm just curious what all's on here. Auto sort,
Plot 11.
drawing.
you moved. Oh my god! I
Or
just ran all the
purposely.
way from opposite side of the map.
Draw
Purposely
your
moved.
D&D
Why'd you
character.
move?
I said
Draw,
not
illustrate,
purposely.
draw, design three-dimensional 3D printable dice towers. Make a fantasy map for your D&D game. That'd be from
There's
$15.
free
Write
map
detailed
generators and
hand-drawn
stuff
map.
online. So
There's what?
free map generators online.
Oh, yeah.
But also, I think if you specifically are looking for like the agent one you were talking about, I would literally just use the real world.
I would. Here's one. Hi, I'm Brandon. I'll be your professional dungeon master. I offer a premium D&D experience like no other. You'll have a better time playing than at my table. I have over 12 years of experience of running tabletop games. I run college programs, clubs. We would play online depending on the needs and wants of your group. We can play as often in any type of game you'd like. I'm able to adapt to what needs you might have. I love voices, role play, and integrating players into the world in interesting ways. And he is $25. I guess a game. Very great DM. That was 2 weeks ago. He's the only one I'm seeing right now, but I'm just looking through here and seeing.
I say that might not be a popular place to do it.
Okay.
There's different places they put their services. So,
These are my little
Yeah.
puzzles.
yeah.
Write
Those
your
aren't pictures of
campaign in
puzzles.
Dungeons and Dragons. In this
Huh?
package, you will receive. Okay, so this guy.
Mason asked why you had so many pictures.
So listen to this, Chilton. You might find this
My 36
interesting.
pieces. These are my 100 pieces. Okay, I'm done.
So you ready for this, Chilton?
Yeah.
For $25, he has a $25 package, a $100 package, and a $400 package. It says write your campaign in Dungeons and Dragons. In this package, this is the 25 homebrew items and monsters. In this package, you will receive all the necessary writing for homebrew items, monsters, delivery, 3 days, revisions 1, story development, interactive dialogue, gameplay mechanics, number of chapter openers, and if you want express delivery in 2 days, you can do it for $20. For the $100 edition, Get in this page you'll receive all the necessary writing for a D&D one-shot adventure. Delivery is in 10 days. Revisions 3, story development, interactive dialogue, gameplay mechanics, number of chapter openers 1. And then you get, if you want it in 2 days, you can pay an extra 50 and get it in 2 days. I feel like that would be worth it. Almost. Depending on how bad you needed it. And then, for this, the $400, 5 sessions of an adventure. In this package, you will receive all the necessary writings for 5 D&D sessions. Delivery, 21 days. Revisions, 5. Story development. Interactive dialogue. Gameplay mechanics. Number of chapters, 5. You get a sales copy, which I'm not sure what that means. And then if you want express delivery in 10 days, you're going to pay an extra $100 and get that.
My thought is if he offers Express, that means he's already got all this stuff pre-written out.
Yeah.
I feel like he's literally made one fucking game and he's selling it to everybody.
Which,
He's just
I would be
reusing the
fine
same
with.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't
there's
see
nothing
one.
wrong with that. People sell. That's like if you people literally write books about their one shots and then put the books on Amazon. You can buy the book as many times as you want. Fucking, it's the same book. It doesn't matter, but it's different for everybody because they've still never run his story before.
Okay, so here's something cool. Design your custom D&D PDF book, adventure, magic item, or campaign. For $5, a full page of your item, side quest, NPC, or enemy. Delivery 1 day, revisions unlimited. For $20, you get 5 pages. Delivery in 3 days, revisions unlimited. And then for 10 plus pages of your content for $40, 6 days, revisions unlimited, interior pages 20. It's interesting.
So you could also do that on the side if you're already writing stories for your own campaigns to run a DM. You could then sell those same stories.
Yeah.
Because just like you had your little idea for a spy game, and then I told you how I would do it, and they were not the same. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Anybody online, you can give any two people the same concept, and they will come
Oh
back
yeah.
with
With the
completely
yeah.
different things
Yeah.
because that's just how the human brain works.
Yeah. And I do like the time travel concept. Like whenever you first said it, I was like, I don't know. That feels like Doctor Who to me. Well, I don't have nothing wrong against Doctor Who. I've just never seen it, so I don't really know how they do it. But then when you started talking, I was like, I kind of like that idea. Like, really, like a lot.
Well, see, my thing
Huh?
is with any good story, it's just like how it's the only things that really matter is the high point in the middle, the ending, and the beginning. The beginning
Yeah.
is the hardest part of Dungeons and Dragons. How do I get
Uh,
all these random people who have nothing to do with each other together and on the same fucking
okay, so
goal?
hear me. Listen to this. Okay, for the spy thing, let's see here. I'm not going to do any settings or anything because I don't know what time frame I would set it in, like for like the initial start of it.
Well,
But
see,
obviously,
that's what I'm
your
saying.
villain has to
That's why
have an
that's
origin era.
specifically why I said the guy who is the villain, I would say he's from a future timeline, and then like
Or you could go with the old adages of he's in the past and he's coming into the future to try to change things to benefit, his ideas possibly too.
well, see that's my thought is
Like I like
he
the
would be
idea of
from the future, and he would be going. I feel like he would be going back in time to change something that happened to benefit him in the future. And
yeah.
so your whole goal is to stop him from doing it, but every time you like, so you're going farther and farther back in time, you see, and so you
Oh
have
yeah.
less and less resources available to you because technology it's disappearing as you play
Yeah.
because you're going back and farther in time. So you
Dude, you're
started at
giving
current
me
time,
so many flipping ideas right now. Like I am overflowing.
like so you go back, but see every time you interact with anything, you're affecting your timeline just as much as he is. So you have to stop
Okay.
him, but you can't run into maybe your parents if you run into your parents, one of like the main guy could kill one, and then a character therefore does not no longer exist. So then
Yeah.
maybe there's a whole
Frickin'
side quest here where you have to go back in time again and stop
to
them
fix.
from doing that.
Yeah.
And then
Frickin'
maybe you end up running into like something happened to you in the future or the past that you're going back to that ended up changing you to the bad side. So they end up running into evil doppelgangers who's come back to stop themselves
And then you could even throw
from
in parallel
doing something.
universes too at some point just to mess with it.
Because imagine if they had went back and oh well now one of the characters' family members no longer exists. So like his cousin, and maybe he was adopted by his cousin or something like that because his parents died in a tragic accident later, which also he runs into his parents, and so that strikes the whole thing with well they're alive now, but you don't
So
he like you didn't have
I've
them,
got this
and
idea.
so there's all kinds of like mental aspects that you could like
Yeah,
fuck them
mess
up
with.
with. Be like, oh well,
Give them
your
real
aunt
dilemmas.
the bad guy killed your aunt, so you're still alive, but your cousin who raised you is no longer there because he'll never be born now, and now that that ends up spiraling them off into a like a Great Depression and anger, and now they have an evil doppelganger who's come back to like maybe it was one of the party members who took their aunt out, but not on purpose, but like maybe their attack missed or something, and it was such a bad miss that it fucked
Got a.
a
I've got
standby
an
up.
idea. I've got an idea. So this is how it starts. This is how it would start for no matter how many people you have, no matter how many um things you do. Um, you wake up and you're in a hotel room. You're not sure where, you're not sure what time, like you're not sure where or when. Like, and I'll leave it open to interpretation, so each game's a little bit different. Like you could have it set in the past, or set in the future, or set in present day, whatever for the story that you have in mind. For this particular one, I'm gonna say it's set in the present day. For my initial plan, for my initial idea. It's set in the present day, and your character is and I'll give the options to say, oh, do you want to be more futuristic? Do you want to be old school or what? And that's all you get to pick. You get to design a character, and you get to pick a not necessarily a time frame, but I'll give like so many different. I'll be like, you're gonna be set in this area. You're gonna be futuristic. You're gonna be extremely futuristic, slightly futuristic, present day, the past, and then you could only go back so far. That way you don't get a lot of saturation, so you ain't gotta come up with stuff that didn't exist, but you still will be able to do what you need to do. So y'all start out in like say a hotel room that you have no clue how you got there, and then there's a note on the table next to you that says, "Be at this time in this place. We need your help." And then it'll be like signed like, I'm just going to use this because I'm a James Bond fanatic. M, you know, and like they'll know what it means, and they'll know what spy, and they'll know that this one like spy ring organization or what, they know that's the code name for the leader, so they'll go there thinking it's their version of that, you know, organization's leader. And then when they get there, they all run into each other. And then, you know, a guy comes out and they're like, well, who is this? You know, maybe it might be the present day one, it might be the future one, or whatever. And they're like you said, you know, hey, there's this villain. He's skipping through time and changing things. And he has gone into the future and created a dystopian um uh dictatorship type New World Order. I mean, you wouldn't have to do New World Order, but I feel like that would be a really good one. I feel like that's an easy one to do because there's so many things you can get ideas from. Like one of my favorites to get ideas from for that would be the Twilight Zone. But you could also use history, you know, too,
Flippy,
which would really
Flip.
help me.
Huh?
Stop. Look, that's cute.
He's always cute.
No, no, but look, I made her all cutesy.
I see.
But then, like, obviously, depending on what time frame you start in will be paramount. And I'd let all the players vote.
Oh
Say,
Lord.
do you want to start in the past? Like, did you have to go back in time so far to try to stop the dystopian empire? Are you going to start during the dystopian empire and try to figure out a way to topple it? Or are you going to be kind of in the middle where you got to stop it from happening, but to do that, you have to go both forward in time and backward in time? I feel like in the middle would be the best way to, like, have differences in the story myself, but you could do different things, just depending on
You gotta
the
go that way to go to
situation.
the bridge that sinks. That way you're trying to show Casey.
I'm not trying to show Casey nothing.
No.
But like,
Really, because you're
and
at
then
work.
like, and then like go like, say if you started in the present day, you could like be like, all right, you guys got to solve this. You guys got to. The first mission is to go forward in time, and you need to gather intel on this. You got to do it stealthily. They cannot know you are there, and it'll be super future. Like, I mean, not necessarily super futuristic, but you know, I mean, you could. It just depends on what all the
I feel
people
like you
think.
go through and you give them orders, and it's like
Yeah.
so. I feel like if you're gonna do that before you start, you go into a Discord call with each one of them,
Oh yeah,
and
for sure.
here's what you do. You basically you make you let them make their character or whatever, and their story is you're the number one agent of this time, and you just like
Yeah.
assign them a year,
Yeah,
and you can do
exactly.
that
Or
however
give
you
them a
want.
few choices.
Yeah, like you can do that however you decide. But anyway, so they're the best agent of that timeline,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
you like, all right, this is your mission, and then you start it with they're traveling
And
to a
technically,
specific
each one of
point.
them could be doing different things. I mean, technically. So I feel like that would keep it moving and keep it interesting. But they can't. I would think too that they would be doing different missions, and of course, you can't share out of game knowledge. So you'd have to come up with a way to bring them all back together to where they could be like, okay, this is what we know, and we got to do it this way. And then I feel like it's. Oh, just continue with what you're saying. I'm just snowballing right now.
All right, but what you do is you do that.
I've got
You're
so
right.
many
All right, you're the
ideas right now. I
they're
don't know
all the
what to do
best
with.
agent of their timeline. You design whichever timeline they're in. They they all come to the office, they meet up, and they have to go to a specific timeline where they're introduced to each other by whoever the head of the agency is for that
Yeah,
timeline that they go to.
yeah,
So this is where they learn about the big bad, what his goal is, what his plan is, what they got to do, and they have to go and do different missions in different timelines, and it's not even necessarily their own timeline, but they
yeah,
have to
yeah,
but based on the laws of the world, they're not allowed to. No one's allowed to know about time travel. If they get
yeah.
found out, it's gonna ruin everything. So
Freaking
they're
what?
limited to using technology, and they're forced to dress and all that
Yeah,
based off the
of course.
timelines they're in, which is gonna make
Yeah,
it extremely hard because like maybe in one, there's fucking laser guns or whatever they can
yeah.
fucking
And then
and there's
then you
stuff.
go back to the Wild West, and they got revolvers and muskets and
Yep. And that's how it is. And they're stuck with like these guns that like there's guns that shoot a beam fucking over 2 miles without any drop. And then there's the fucking Old West and the fucking revolver can't shoot fucking 10 feet without fucking dropping.
exactly.
And
Yeah, and
so they're
it
even
kind
though they're the best for their time, they now have new weapons and stuff that is going to be that they can't handle.
and you
So
can
maybe some
and
of
you
them might get
and
certain
one
advantages. Like if it's an older guy, he might struggle with the technology. But then if it's one of the newer people, they might struggle with the lack of said technology.
and I think you
Like
could bait. I think as like talking about something different. I really like the idea that you just said, where like one of them's an older one of them's a newer agent, and all that. I really and I think that's a character creation idea where you do the preset characters, and then they will have, like, I could either base it off some sort of stats from
Okay.
another thing, or we could roll for stats, and then you just have to do different modifiers for certain things to get the
I'm
reaction,
trying to
to
take
get the
a cute
character like
picture.
you want. But like you said, the older one might be not as good not as good as adapting at different techniques. But his experience makes him extremely smart and know when to find clues and when to find stuff. Whereas a new guy, he'd be really by the book, by the regulation, by the letter. And then you'd
Yeah.
have one that might be like a rogue type, where he's like, well, I kind of just I do what they want me to do, but I do it my own way.
And
And
you
you
may
could
even
throw,
have a fanboy there. Say like your old guy. He's
yeah.
like so in his timeline after was like retiring out, maybe he set up a school
Okay,
to
baby, I
train new
get you're
recruits.
all into this, but I can't spend my whole stream sitting here at this one table with you listening to you two talk. So I gotta go.
I didn't ask you to.
I know, but we've been there a while, and you was talking, then you wasn't talking, and then so but I can't be doing all that.
I just brought you on a coffee date and said I love you. You could have left immediately. I
But
finished all my stuff for the day.
there
I might
is
have to.
like I feel like I feel like really with that like like me personally, I love that kind of story. I don't know how many people playing D&D really want to get into something like that, especially newbies, but I feel like that would be such great like potential to be like just
See,
like
that's
a
just it.
great
As a
story.
new person, they don't even know what they like and don't like yet.
That's true. That's true. I feel like too, what you would have to do to a certain extent. I know we was talking about that, but I've just got so many ideas. I don't know how to put it together. Like I'm thinking of every Twilight Zone I've ever seen. I'm thinking of like, every action movie. I'm thinking of like every John Wick. I'm thinking of like every James Bond I've ever seen. And I'm just like,
All
I
right,
know so
boys,
many
it's
aspects
almost
that
10
would be
o'clock.
cool.
Be getting off.
I just told them to finish whatever they was doing.
And they're getting louder.
But no, I think the only thing you would have a problem with is like if they like I feel like if they're paying for it, then they should be able to dictate what kind of story they want to a certain extent.
But
Where the
honestly,
crap is
most
Annie?
people who are going to pay for it are only there paying for it because they can't dictate it
Yeah,
in their own life.
yeah.
They're
But
like
what?
they don't have anybody to play with, so they're paying so that you can set them up and do that. They're really not going to care all that much
Yeah.
about
But,
the story.
but
Like
what
they're
I'm
going to
saying
want a
is like
good story, but I don't think they'll care that much about the theme of the story.
yeah. But what I'm saying is the only reason I say that is because D&D like in its um I feel like that would be a good thing to do packages on. Like if you want
It would.
like starting off, you could be like, okay, like you said,
Your
five
best bet would
dollars.
be come up with three, like 3 to 5 starts, like 3 to 5 stories where you have the ending of it. Like this is the bad guy. You have to stop this guy, and not every story has to have a bad guy. By the way, like
Yeah, no.
there's plenty of ways to like be like, okay, well, this is the world, you're in it, and you can basically do whatever you want and still have a goal. So
Yeah.
maybe
I
you've
think you
got
could
say
do I think you could do like where you're like basically the story is you're in like say I'm just going to use again, I'm going to use the James Bond universe cuz that's what I know best. Let's just say you're an MI6, which is their like version of the CIA. But like you're an MI6 agent, you have a double O number like kill. You can do whatever you want to and you can go about things however you want to, but you will receive missions ever so often that you have to complete, and they'll have a goal, but you can go about that goal however you want to. And each campaign or each session, like you could say, oh, you got to try to finish this in maybe like
What are you
say
doing?
so many missions or so many sessions, I mean. Or you say if you don't get it finished in so many sessions, like give them the option. That way you can be fluid. Say, oh, if this doesn't, and then you can say, maybe outside a game,
God, you see
or
the
you can say
house
inside
beside your
the game.
house?
Say if we do not get this done before this, bad things will happen, and it could have an adverse effect. That way, if they don't, if it, and say, let's say that, for example, the players is like, yeah, this happens. I don't know if I can do this, and let's just say they're just not simply smart enough to do it. I feel like that'd be a cool way to throw a ring into where, oh, well, you did this. Joke's on you. You thought you did it right, but you didn't, and it had consequences. So now you got to go back and try to fix it, figure out what went wrong,
What are you
and
doing
then
in my
fix
house?
it. Freaking.
Click
I feel like there's
it.
so
Tweet and
many
hug.
ways you can do the whole spy thing, and I fucking love it.
But well, what I was gonna say is, you could do it, and you could be like, all right, I want you to all write out a story for your characters or whatever, and here's the thing: you come from a poor family, you're struggling, you basically you have to tell me a problem that you have, and the solution needs to be money. And that'll be the whole thing is you've set them in this universe, and for whatever reason they need money, and you're going to bring them all together in whatever fashion. Uh maybe they've been, they've gotten a, into an argument, like their father ran into debt problems, and the Yakuzas done come and kidnapped them and gonna make them work off the debt for their father. Fucking not necessarily that one, but like, they need money for whatever reason. They have a sick family member, or they have a gambling problem, or this or that. And so now that they have this and they need money, you're going to put them in situations where it's like, well, you can either work hard or you can get lucky. And like, so maybe they are lazy pieces of shit, or and they just want to, like I said, one of them maybe has a gambling problem, so he's like, well, let's go to the casino. Or but well, how are we going to go to the casino? We have to have money to gamble. And then so maybe one of them's a crook, and he's borrowed money from somebody and he owes them money. He'll be like, oh,
Did you
I know.
send me those 3D printed shelves on Facebook?
uh the car
Uh,
ones.
yeah, I found them. Never mind, I
I
found
was
them.
gonna say maybe, I don't remember.
Me
Baby.
and William was talking about car shelves, and I was telling him about yours that you found.
Are
What baby?
you able to buy her 100-piece puzzle yet? Because
I don't know. I
Kaching is
didn't look.
at her house.
Who's that? Whose house?
Kaching, the general store chick where you buy puzzles. You never
She's always
noticed?
at her house.
No, she's not. Not with
Oh,
this winter thing going on. Sometimes she's over there.
I don't even know where her house is. But
Freaking. I just feel like there's so many possibilities with that though. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. There is. You can maybe they all need medicine. Like maybe all of them have sick family or something like that, and they need medicine, and they all live in like neighboring villages, and they have to travel from their village to the apothecary. So they start the journey out on their own, and when they get to the apothecary where they would receive their medicine at, eh, it's just too expensive. But
yeah,
the apothecary man, well, he has some work that he needs done, and they just so happen to look like a group who might could handle the job. And
yeah,
so they have to then go, like, maybe it's find this specific resource for this man so he can make medicine for someone else. And instead of paying adventurers to do it, he'll just provide the medicine they need as reward. So it won't cost them nothing, and they can help their family, and all they have to do is go find this resource. Well, now they're like, okay, well, we'll do that. Or they can say, no, we'll just go get the money and pay it. But then, they travel back home, and, well, their family doesn't have the money, and maybe three of them decide to, well, we don't know we don't have the money, so let's just go on this quest together. So now this other guy
Oh.
has to, like, decide, well, I got to come up with money. So you send him on a quest, and maybe they cross paths again. And
Alright, so
maybe he just decides he
I
wants to
finished all
join
my
join the
daily
adventure
stuff.
at that point in time.
I went and
Or maybe
explored a
he's
few
still going to go the
things.
route that he's
So
going
I
to get
think
money, whether
that's
he's
all
robbing
I can
people or
do
whatever.
today. So
But
that'll
so
be it
you
for
let
this
him off on his
stream.
own little side
Uh,
adventure, doing what he's doing.
I may stream
These
something
other
else
guys are
later. Not
trying to
sure.
find this rare
Thank you
medicinal
everybody
flower,
who dropped in.
and
Anybody that pops in later.
fucking
Hope everybody has a good day or night whenever